And welcome to Homestead Miami Speedway. We have the StackUp.org truck series from part of the Sidewinder Racing Leagues. Out on track here, you see Dustin Eaton going out on his warm-up lap. Just getting qualifying underway. All drivers have 2 laps. 5 minutes to get those 2 laps in. Travis Martin, welcome to the booth. First-time broadcaster. Excited to have him along for the ride tonight. Most of you know him as Mr. Ghostman. Travy Trav, how are we doing tonight?
Good, brother. Excited to be here. It's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to working with you up in the booth tonight.
Yes, sir. Trading in the fire suit for some nice khakis and a little button-down shirt. Looking great tonight. Glad to have you.
Gotta wear my khakis. Rooting for old Jake out there. So good to see the khaki boys.
Jake out there on his first hot lap in the 68 Hooters Chevrolet tonight. First lap starting to come in. Bill Rivard, top of the board. Clint Roberts quickly supplants him.
So we're seeing those low 33s. Curious if we'll see anybody break that 32 window.
Do you think first lap or second lap will be the money lap?
You know, they've made so many changes recently, and I've admittedly stepped away a little bit. I'm not as familiar as I should be with the truck. I remember always kind of going for the bottom line and trying to really get that first lap to get a solid base.
Well, there's your
Thought,
32. Bill Rivard, 32.91.
and
Top of the
as we're
board.
talking about it,
Right? Right to the top on his second lap. Let's see if we can get Ethan Evers out on track.
see if he runs the top or bottom.
All the way down to the white line for Ethan.
Looked like he had a pretty good line there. Kept that speed going. Didn't really have to turn the wheel too much.
It's like first lap was faster for him.
Still sitting on the podium for the start, provisionally.
Ooh, visionally. Still got 2 trucks out on track, now 3. TJ Floyd keeps jumping to scenic for me. I don't know why it's doing that. Floyd, Davison, and Asherbrand are out on track. Floyd jumps up to 10th on his second lap, 33.28.
And that's a big jump. His first lap was a 34 flat. Must have used that first lap to build up a little speed.
Davison's completed his second lap. He'll be in 11th. Asherbrander just crossed the line to complete his, moves him up to 11th, jumping over Davison. Dalton Hayes now out on track. Minute left in the qualifying. Another one of these trucks I had to make right before the race.
Again, another good-looking one. The Toyota nose is really starting to grow on me.
Oh, it's a beauty. I love the way they look. That Toyota is just so aggressive looking.
I kind of dig the red rims, to be honest.
I think they're orange. I think he's going for a Denver Broncos look. So dark
Orange?
blue and
Okay,
orange.
I can see that.
Hard
Like a
to tell
burnt
looking through the finish.
orange.
Right, yep.
Yeah. I dig it. Matches the taillights. And his
Pretty
gloves.
much. Oh, they do. Look at that. I didn't even notice his gloves. Tell you, a lot of folks getting the league decals on first race. That's pretty good to see. We had a shot on pit road earlier. It was like 7 or 8 trucks, and they all had the league decals on there. Looking good. Dalton only going to get 1 lap in. Let's see if he makes it count. 33.46. I think that'll put him last of the qualifiers by a thousandth of a second behind Bandio, Christopher Alkire. 15 of their 20 trucks posted a time. And that's going to do it for qualifying. Your pole winner is going to be Bill Rivard in the Mountain Dew Live Wire Chevrolet. Great lap for Bill. All right, Travy Trav, who you picking to win this race tonight? See that the rundown is posted?
Man, I gotta kind of pull for Bill. Honestly, I'm kind of a pole guy. You're up there. You said it almost a tenth faster than the guy behind. Oh man.
That was a clean race.
Yeah.
If you get a black flag, Tell
Yeah,
me
I think I'm
why,
gonna go with
or else it's
Bill.
probably not going to get cleared. And if I'm the only
I'll
one
listen to Cody
here,
here.
it might take me a minute. Also, if I'm not here, then you're probably Black Flag's not going to get cleared because you don't have an RC for this season. But good luck and have fun.
All right, so that was a short little rundown. Let's check out the
And you're the
announcements
force be
page
with
and
us.
see what we have for tonight. 130 laps, 65%
Can
fuel,
we
4 sets
delay
of
the
tires,
start of this so I can rewrap this truck?
1 faster bear, 3 green white checkers, and
Negative.
looks like the University of Kentucky has had issues with Clint Roberts, and they have
The track
removed
temp
their
is
sponsorship for
70
this race. So
Fahrenheit.
the
The air
87
temp
is
is
a plain
69
blue truck
Fahrenheit.
tonight.
About to. Big F.
All right, let's get the rundown as we start leaving the pit road here. Bill
Follow the
Rivard,
pace
your
car
pole
in
sitter.
the outside lane.
I forgot how to play basketball a couple weeks ago.
And we're discussing the basketball game. That beautiful Mountain Dew Livewire Chevrolet, your pole sitter for tonight. Let's see if we can... I don't think you can show your qualifying time, can it? Nope. Sad. We'll do it with the car, that'll work. So Bill Rivard, your pole sitter. Cody Brown, 17. Nuclear Shocker 4 rolls off second. Ethan Evers in the number 8 Fort Worth screen printing Chevrolet starts third. Cliff Mullins, 2 Extreme Chevrolet race 22 starting in 4th. Clint Roberts, his blue Chevrolet Silverado rolls off in a 5th spot. Curtis Ecker in the 19 rolls off 6th. Jake Lawrence, the 68 in 7th. Shea Munch, the 69 in 8th. Dustin Eaton, the number 1 truck, rolling off in 9th. TJ Floyd starting in 10th. William Asherbrander rolls off 11th. Billy Davison in 12th. Ian Montrose 13th. Christopher Alkire 14th in the Navy Ford. Dalton Hayes rolls off 15th.
Get ready, time
Zachary
to
Martinson
focus.
showing in 17th. J.R. Deal 18th. Daniel Wallen 19th. Scott Elston 20th.
Floor
And
it,
Hunter
you've got 1
Carson
gallon left.
21st. We are underway from Homestead Miami Speedway. Bill Rivard leading us down into turn number 1.
Look at Bill run that bottom. Get that run.
Such a good line of
Stretch
restart
it
as the
out.
17 gets sideways. We have an accident in turns 1 and 2 to start the season. Dalton Hayes smacks into the front of the 17, goes up and over in the 47. Caution coming out quickly here to start the season. 17 looks like he's taken a tow. Looks like the highline got very loose for the 17. Let's go back and get a look here.
Well, Cody, that didn't go very well.
Dalton Hayes saying that didn't go very well. I think that's a bit of an understatement.
I apologize if I had a really bad reaction time on that.
Watch a 17 orange
I
truck.
think we all did. I almost got into it there.
Looked like he got loose in the high line. The back end starts to come around.
Yeah, that first lap. Them cold tires.
Gotta let him wear out a little bit and get the good, the sticky. Yeah, see the back end. He got that seam.
Back.
Looked like his left tires hit that seam and around it went. Ethan Evers gets into the back of him. Clint Roberts in the back of Ethan Evers. 68 able to miss it. Cliff Mullins gets into it right side. The 19 climbs up onto the 87.
Hey Billy, do I have any?
And there comes
damage to
Dalton
my back
Hayes.
panel?
He's doing a backflip. Looked like a skateboard trick off the front of the 17.
I think that's a 360 hard flip.
That was pretty impressive, wasn't it? Good style points. Not the way you want to start your race, but if you want to do it, you want to do it looking good.
Pass on the yellow black flag.
See what happens to Roberts here. He gets in the back of Evers. That sends him up
Looks
into
like-
the outside wall. Cliff Mullins tags him. Then the 19 of Ecker
Blew up
rides
on
up his
pit
side a
lane.
little bit.
Cool.
Looks like they just all got caught up. I'm not sure that there's much more that they could have done, honestly.
What did you say,
Bandito's
Ian?
got front end damage. There's a lot of damage early on lap 1
I got
here.
a pass on the yellow when I was entering the pits.
Pit road
Couple
a
fast
busy place.
tires.
Yeah, nobody wants to take him on
Thank
lap
you.
1, but might have to.
I'm literally 2 feet away from my pit ball.
It's like Alkire and Montrose have already taken their box. Taken their pit quick for here. Tough start to the
You gotta
race.
give me a 10 out of 10 though, Swiss on the landing. You know.
It was a very impressive backflip there. Very impressive. Jake Lawrence trying to make little pace trucks right now.
Well, you love to see that. Love's in the air.
Now just completely avoid any kind of Hooters jokes in that scenario. Let's see who's made it through. Jake Lawrence looks undamaged. Damage to the back end of Billy Davidson's truck. Looks like he's backed into a light pole. 55 Margison looks pretty clean. Scott Elston's Toyota looks also relatively clean. Bill Rivard, he started down low. He looks
You're staying high.
like he's made it through. Hunter Carson, don't see any damage there.
I'm not on all teams, so
TJ Floyd looking alright. J Munch looks clean. Dustin Eaton looks alright. Asher
who's
Brown,
asking if you're going high?
JR Deal, Llewellyn. We know Chris Allkire took his fast
I said I was
repair.
going high. I'm sorry if you guys didn't hear me.
Montrose looks alright. Hard to tell in that truck. Paint job kind of makes it tough to see. Ethan Evers got some back end damage. 17's taken a fast repair. Clint has not. His front end is quite damaged. Mullins may have taken a fast repair. His truck looks brand new.
For the record, I went to Murray State. I did not go to Kentucky.
Here we go on the restart. Jake Lawrence
Is that what your truck says?
gets the field underway. Very, very big jump for Jake Lawrence. Quite a gap early.
Side by side through the pack, Jake, with a huge lead out front so far.
Jake just on cruise control early. Great day.
Looks like we got one in the wall, 3 and 4. They've gathered it back up and got it going. Just a little touch, nothing, no big deal.
We'll show you the battle for second since the leader is completely gone. Side by side, Billy Davidson and Bill Rivard. Davison up high, Rivard down low. Cliff Mullins trying to figure out which way to go behind him.
I think Davison is suffering a little bit from that rear end damage.
If you're going to get damaged though, that's the one place that it's preferred. You can try to hide it.
Yeah, the best you can. Stay in their slipstream.
And Mullins trying to decide which way he wants to try and peek around Davison.
Looks like he can still get a pretty good run going down the stretches.
TJ Floyd to his inside. Getting my black and green trucks backwards. TJ Floyd to the inside. Got a little green for St. Patrick's Day. You got your green on, Travis?
Of course I do.
There we go. This is the one day I actually go looking for a Chase Elliott shirt to wear because it's the Mountain Dew colors.
That's actually the one I'm wearing right now.
Nice. We're twins. So TJ Floyd moves up to the 3rd spot. Davison now trying to defend from his teammate, Zach Margison, 55. Davison drives it in really hard. I didn't even know he could make it stick. Drove it down really hard into turns 3 and 4. Able to actually draw back alongside TJ Floyd. Guess that damage not hurting him too much. Is he going to do the slide job? He is. TJ Floyd cuts right back underneath him though. Battle for 3rd, back and forth between 54 and the 49. 49 got very out of shape down the straightaway. It's going to allow Margison to his high side.
Billy's doing a great job of really fighting back right now.
Looked like he was about to go after Jake Lawrence. Meanwhile, Chris Allkire getting to the inside of Ethan Evers in the Navy Ford. Allkire trying to get up to the 8th spot. Still battling it out for the 3rd spot, now between teammates. Margerson going a long way around Davison to the top. But Margerson's going to get it done on the high side. Margerson up to third now. Bill Rivard leading. Jake Lawrence second. Margerson working that high line, trying to get second spot away. I think he's found something he likes up there.
I'm a big fan of the high line here at Homestead for long
One
runs.
truck's
Even
in the
when-
wall. Dustin Eaton in the one. Rode the wall down the back stretch. Held it up there so he didn't come down into his competitors, but definitely was riding the wall down the back stretch.
Just a little love tap.
Margerson now looking for the lead. Still rim riding. Rivard probably looking in the mirror going, where on earth did this guy come from? And the crossover. Rivard came up the track. Margerson getting that good run off the high line. Took it to his inside. Going to send it down into the turn. It's going to clear the 10. Will he be able to hold it coming off the corner? And does. So new race leader, Zachary Margerson in the 55. Lap number 12 complete. About how long do you think they can go on a tank of gas?
Off memory, I think it's somewhere in the range of 30 to 35 laps. Maybe upper 30s.
My bad, Joe.
You good, buddy?
Okay, a contact between the 2 and 9. Everyone seems to have kept it going. It's a battle for the 11th spot.
Another Swiss special.
There's a few of them out there. Single file pretty much all the way through the field at this point. Zach Margerson leading Bill Rivard, Jake Lawrence, Billy Davison. Davison looking to the inside of Jake Lawrence. Couldn't get the run off the corner, gonna have to settle back in. Try to keep TJ Floyd behind him. Now Davison looking to the top line. Sees his teammate Zach Margerson leading the race from up there.
Billy's been running that bottom line every single lap. I'm curious how his tires are feeling.
Do you feel like the bottom wears out faster or the top?
I think if you're running down on that bottom white line, I think you're going to be wearing just a little bit more, having to turn just a little more. Depends on how you, all depends on your entry and exit. Here you see him getting a little loose on entry on the top there.
So it's all about that wheel input.
All about the wheel input, you know. Also all about that throttle. You know, you can't just mash back on the throttle. Gotta ease back in.
27, Hunter Karsten up and into the wall on the 27. Had a little contact with the right front. That 27's got a damaged hood now. Karsten getting his name finally changed over in iRacing. He originally signed up on his mom's credit card and had her name listed in the scoreboards every time he ran. So good to see him finally getting the name recognition he deserves.
Imagine somebody comes over voice chat expecting, you know,
Mom's
a
name
girl.
and that,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That name doesn't match. Whoa! Nearly contact between the 9 and 27.
Double pass there. I think the 27's having a little trouble from that wall contact.
Sliding back now all the way back to the 12th spot. Looks a little out of shape coming out of the corners too. Both turns 2 and 4. Seen that truck have a little trouble.
You know as well as I do, when you hit the wall, it changes how the truck drives, so you have to kind of reacquaint yourself with that.
It's like Ian Montrose just brushed the wall a little bit. No significant damage to it, but just ever so slightly on entry, brushed the wall. Easy to do when you're trying to get that arc on entry.
Everybody's just got to give a little love tap every now and then, just to let them know, let the wall know you're there.
Exactly. You gotta know where you stand sometimes. So you just gotta find out. Meanwhile, Margerson continuing to lead. But the battle is on as Bill Rivard closed back up on his tailgate. Rivard peeking down to the inside, heading down to turn 1. Want to run all the way down to the white line.
As the tires wear here, I think we're going to see people try to start pulling slide jobs. It'll be interesting to see how those go.
Rivard unable to get alongside. Tucks back in behind the 55. Now runs that second groove. That's where you see a lot of people run just above that first seam.
It's a nice, safe groove. Not too low, not too high. It's still good for conserving tires. It's a good line to run.
It's usually about where I run, but I like a little bit lower if I can slow it down enough and not burn up the tire. My problem is always overdriving. Oh, the 49 got a piece of the wall on exit. TJ Floyd in 5th spot. Lime green truck on your screen. Got it with the back end. Looks like a little wrinkle. Yeah, you can see a wrinkle there on the spoiler.
Looks like he's got a little bit of right front too. That'll kind of affect his draft. Although we've seen with Bill, not too much. So it all depends on how he can handle it.
And if iRacing decides it's cosmetic or if it's the end of the world.
Yeah, that too. Praying to RNG.
Rivard back alongside Margison. He wants that lead away. Working lap 22 of 130. Travis, do you happen to know? Do you happen to know what percentage that is?
Oh, good lord.
The answer is
Math
10%.
question.
It is always 10%. Giving
All the time, every time.
Giving a shout out to Diwadi Bama. Know he's dealing with some BS, so wishing the best for him as we watch this race. Bill Rivard able to get that lead away, and now Jake Lawrence giving an attack to the 55.
Jake coming back strong, letting him know he's still there. Good fight here.
These three have put up a 1.5 seconds on the rest of the field. It's like Lawrence able to clear the 55.
Move there. We'll see if the 55 kind of tries to do a little low line crossover here. Doesn't look like he's going to.
No, looks like he kind of knows his fate and saved the tire a little bit.
And that might be his plan. He may be feeling like he used a little too much or too early.
Now Lawrence starting to close in on the back of Bill Rivard. Gap shrinking quickly between the two as they both catch Clint Roberts. Roberts currently running 16th. Last truck on the lead lap.
Oh, poor Clint.
Clint involved in that first accident did not take his fast repair.
It's not the end of the road for him. He still could get that lucky dog, and he's still got that fast repair in his back pocket. So I'm sure we'll see Clint again.
Yeah, I believe pit cycles are probably not too far away. And he will probably take that fast repair at this opportunity, seeing that the field's all strung out.
Well, this will be interesting. Bill was one of the first ones to pit on that last cycle. Jake did not. So Jake's going to have a little less fuel than Bill does.
There's a lap 1 caution, so maybe, what, a lap or 2 difference?
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, it can't be with so much.
See if anybody tries an undercut.
Let's go back to our gap screen here. Dalton Hayes still on pit road getting repairs after the first accident. Christopher Alkire has retired from the race in the 43.
There's no stage break in this, right?
No stage
Nope.
break. Lawrence slipping back a little bit now from Rivard. He had closed the gap to right at 2/10. Now it's up over half second. Margison's starting to fall back to his teammate, Davison in the 54.
It's coming down to who saved their tires.
That's right.
I love that game.
You were always very good at that game.
I love that game.
It's the only reason I ever passed anybody. And I knew if I passed you too early, it meant you were going to come right back by me and leave me in about 5 laps.
It depends on which track. I'm hopelessly lost at Darlington.
Fair enough. That's one of my favorite tracks just because it's so interesting. You have to drive it so differently from everywhere else. It's terrible, like it's terrifying to be up against the wall all the time, but man, you get it right, you feel like $1 million bucks. So Davison does get 3rd spot away. Margison falls back to 4th. Damage not affecting that 54 too badly.
Oh, this seems to be.
Ashenbrenner in the 31's worked his way up to the 5th spot. JR Deal currently in 6th. J Munch got the Mission Barbecue truck in 7th. Ethan Evers is number 8. Winner last night in the Cup Series. He's riding in 8th. Ian Montrose, number 2 Monster Energy forward, sitting in 9th. Got TJ Floyd rounding out your top 10 right now. Got Daniel Llewellyn behind him. It's like 2700 Carson may have made a pit stop to repair that damage. He is 1 lap down behind these guys. And Scott Elston in 12th, the 85 Toyota. Dustin Eaton currently in 13th. Saw him ride the wall a little bit early on. Got a little bit of right side damage to that Toyota. Actually, the right side hood's really buckled up. May have hit it again. Cliff Mullins on pit road. Currently the first truck 1 lap down. Now Clint Roberts has passed him on track. Cliff Mullins, first truck to pit road, working lap 32. Cliff rejoins the fight, currently now 16th. Curtis Ecker in the 19 is 2 laps down. Saw him involved in that early accident. Cody Brown, 17 machine, currently in the 18th spot, last truck. Before you get to the 2 trucks that have served a lot of time on pit road, out of the race, Christopher Alkire currently 19th, about 9 laps away from being passed by Dalton Hayes. Once Hayes rejoins the fight, Hayes currently on pit road. Now the leaders, quite a few of them anyway, coming down pit road. Jake Lawrence, the 68. Billy Davison, Margison, all on pit road. The 68, 54, and 55 getting service on lap 33. These guys are going to feel like they're on rails when they get back out there. Take about a lap for the tires to come up and then look out.
They're going to be lightning quick. Bill choosing to stay out, use that extra fuel.
Who's hitting next time by?
The 8 Ethan Evers brings his truck down. Looks like he's the only one to come down this time through. A couple more towards the back, Scott Elston and Dustin Eaton have brought their trucks down pit road. Our leader, Bill Rivard, stays out again.
And here's where it gets fun.
Exactly.
So many different sets of tires out there.
Who's on what lap, who's got the fastest, who's already pit, who's trying to make it, stretch it out on fuel. A lot of different plans going on. Number 2, Montrose brings his truck to pit road. Pits from the 7th spot.
69 pit this time.
There's J Munch saying he's going to bring his truck. We'll see if Bill comes down. Bill looks slower than he usually is. He takes that middle exit this time. Just throwing me off for fun. Stays on track.
Hello, Clint.
Asherbanner stays out. He's 2nd. J Munch brings his truck to pit road. Pitting from what was the 3rd spot.
10 pitting this time.
J Munch, Llewellyn, and Floyd all on pit road. Brings that Mission Barbecue truck to the attention of his crew. See Roberts coming in as well. He'll probably take his fast repair here. Roberts not choosing to take his fast repair. That's very surprising. Homestead tends to get that long green flag look. The leader, Bill Rivard, enters pit road, bringing Will Asherbrenner and J.R. Deal with him. Now we're going to see the difference in those new tires will make. Jake Lawrence is going to have a decent lead here, I believe.
I think you're right. It'll be interesting to see how much ground he's been able to make up while catching Bill.
He's got 3 seconds over Margison. Here comes the 10 off pit road. Let's jump on with the 68. Here he comes across the line. He'll sail around the outside of the 10 and to the lead. There's the 10 coming off the exit road, and there's the 68 screaming out of the exit of the turn. 10's still getting up to speed. It'd probably be about a 2-second gap by the time things stabilize a little bit. So we're looking at about 2.1, 2.2. That's the difference in staying out on the older tires versus coming in sooner. But now, tables are going to be flipped. Rivard's going to have a couple lap fresher tires.
See how well Jake's been saving here.
So after the pit cycle, Lawrence is your leader. Bill Rivard second. Margison in third. Davis in fourth. Karsten up to the 5th spot. Ethan Evers 6th. J. Munch 7th. Will Asherbrenner 8th. Montrose in 9th. And J.R. Deal your top 10. Who do you think was the biggest winners and losers on that pit cycle?
Right now, I think Jake. I think he's the biggest winner currently. We'll see about. I think, unfortunately, I think one of our losers might be old J Munch. Lost a spot, coming off. Hasn't really been able to get it back yet. He's close, but I don't know. Otherwise, we look fairly unchanged in the top 10. Maybe a couple people shuffled one or two.
I think J. Munch actually kept serve because I think the 27 came down early. And
Oh, okay. I thought he was P6.
yeah, he is right now, but he came down early, so he's going to be on a different cycle than everyone else. He's P6 after pitting early.
Well, this just got more interesting, maybe.
Yeah, let me check the pit cycles here. But I think pit stop lap will show. Yeah, he pitted on lap 20.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. I knew he'd
And this race is flying by.
smack the wall a little bit. Yeah, 90 to go. Homestead does tend to get that long green flag look, and here we are again. Had that lap 1 issue with the 17 getting loose, and then just been good, clean racing since. Ooh, the 55. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. With the field spread out like this, yeah, you better make sure you're running a good, clean lap every lap.
And no room for error. You heard me go, woo, the 55 got very loose coming out of turn number 2. He was sideways. Yeah, definitely one of those khaki changers. Able to keep it going and keep it green. These two teammates once again together. Looks like the 54 has taken his fast repair. Interesting to see if he has any more speed though. It can't hurt, that's for sure. Riding behind his teammate. Both came down on lap 33. Rivard's got the gap from over 2 seconds down under a second and a half.
Starting to work his way up here.
Yep, inching his way there.
Looks like Jake's doing a really good job of trying to control that gap and hold on to that as much as possible.
Now these two have kind of checked out on the field. Then you got a 4.5 seconds till you get back to Margison. You have Margison, Davis, Evers all right there together.
That's a good little bunch right there. A lot of good racing.
Field getting nice and strung out. Let's go through a field rundown. You got Jake Lawrence in the Hooters truck out in front as we work lap 44 of 130. Bill Rivard currently rides in the 2nd spot. A little over a second back now, closing in. Margison in the 3rd spot. He's 3.8 seconds back from Bill Rivard. Then you got Billy Davison and Ethan Evers. That's your top 5. They're all right there together. J Munch in the 69 got a little bit of right side damage to that truck, but he is in the 6th spot. About a second and a half behind Evers. Hunter Carson, heard us say he pitted on lap 20. He's out there struggling on 25 lap old tires now, falling back. He's going to have some work to do for sure as this race goes along. JR Deal closing in the 9 truck, trying to put JR up to the 7th spot and slide Hunter back to 8th. And with the tire difference, that's just going to be a matter of, well, this straightaway. Already over. You got Scott Elston currently in the 9th spot. Dustin Eaton in 10th. Daniel Llewellyn rides in the 11th spot in a battle with TJ Floyd. You have Will Osterbrenner 13th. Ian Montrose in 14th. Curtis Ecker 15th, last truck on the lead lap. 2 laps down, Cliff Mullins in the 37. Cody Brown in the 17. 6 laps down, Clint Roberts having a rough night with Kentucky losing to number 2 St. Peter's. Or number 2 Kentucky losing to number 15 St. Peter's. There we go. And his truck not loading properly, and then in the accident, he's had a rough night. Let's jump back up to the front as it's getting close. Bill Rivard closing in on that tailgate of Jake Lawrence.
I was going to use those tires and drive down to the bottom.
4 lap fresher tires than Jake Lawrence. Over the length of the run, those start to show up.
Let's see if Jake's able to fight back here.
I believe our first stops were around 32, 33. So we'd be looking at 64 to 66 for the early stoppers, if they're following that plan all the way through. So I'm going to keep our eyes on as we start to close in for round 2 of our pit cycle. If you can make it to 65, then you can make it on one more stop.
That's the question.
Perhaps.
Will they be able to make it?
They should, especially the people that pitted late, 37. If you double that, you're good to go. But the ones that pitted early, kind of wonder what they would do later.
With 5 sets of tires, you can play a little strategy here.
For sure. You just don't want to pitch yourself too short and then lose the fuel battle at the end.
Especially if it keeps going green like this.
Exactly. Homestead's one of those tracks where I always assume it's going to go green.
Something about it, man. It's just got that charm.
And you can really save your truck when you get it out of shape.
You're right. There's a lot of room on just the whole track.
When someone's struggling, you don't have to root them out of the way. You can just pick a different line and get on by.
I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of people like Homestead. You can run the top, you can run the middle, you can run the bottom. A lot to choose from. A lot of different options.
Many, many options.
And who doesn't like options?
I mean, options are great, but people that are hard at making decisions, they're probably not fans of options. What do you want to do for dinner? Well, there's a million things we could do. I'm going to choose none of them. The wife took offense to that. Totally not where I was going with that, but it was pretty funny. Just hear this, shut up from the other side of the computer. Why are we talking about this? Because Bill Rivard has over a second lead on Jake Lawrence.
Well, working his way through a couple lap trucks here.
Puts the 13th place truck Curtis Ecker 1 lap down. Leaves us 12 trucks on the lead lap. He's not too far away from catching Will Asherbrenner. Let's see what kind of lap times we're looking at right now. It's like a lot of 34s, mid 34s. And the Hunter Carson machine has come down pit road again at lap 50. So he went 30 laps on his second run. That's going to put Hunter. It's going to put Hunter last truck 1 lap down.
And if he's trying to strategy play here, pit early now. 1 more pit stop to the end. If he stretches it.
Doing the math in my head, that'd be really tough. I think just had to pit early for damage and kind of got stuck on extra stop strategy. Be my guess. Here is your leader, Bill Rivard, having a great night so far tonight, running lap 55 of 130.
Bill's found something he likes out there.
Looks like he's running that just above that first seam, that real comfortable spot. Bill doing his magic out in front. Jake Lawrence currently in P2. Got 2 seconds now between the two, then 2 seconds back from them. Billy Davison, looks like that damage repair is really starting to help him. He's chipping away at the gap to Jake Lawrence.
And I looked up, and then once I tapped the wall, I tried to keep it there, so I didn't hear you.
So in the background, the 69 Jake Lawrence, big time out of shape.
Big loose.
Heard Ian Montrose talking about trying not to hit you. Maybe we can go back and see what happened there. Coming out
Looks
of pit road.
looks like Dustin Eaton was also in the wall there. Everybody managed to get around okay.
Oh, Ian smacked the wall. That's what brought him to pit road. Ian smacked it pretty hard. Right side of that 2 truck tore up pretty good, and he brought it to pit road right after.
He might be thinking like us, it's going to go green, trying to take that fast repair early.
Make sure you don't lose too much time with the damaged truck. Bill Rivard puts the 31 William Asherbranner a lap down. Now there are 11 trucks remaining on the lead lap. Bill on a fantastic tear right now.
He's definitely trying to put as many people down a lap as he can, that's for sure.
Definitely. It's heading the right direction for him. Next up you have Floyd and Llewellyn racing each other side by side. And you got a couple lap trucks around them too. You look in the background, see that black and orange truck enter the picture. They got about a straightaway before they end up a lap down. 49 and 23 at the top of your screen. 9th and 10th. Llewellyn all the way down to the white line on corner exit, trying to get to the inside of the 49 truck. Not able to quite get there. It's like Llewellyn's said hello to the outside wall, as has TJ Floyd. Both trucks scuffed up on their right sides. While this battle goes on, you also have the J. Munch, Margerson, and Evers battle. They're relatively close to one another on track, but currently the best show we got is Llewellyn and Floyd. Floyd able to get around Llewellyn. Llewellyn trying to find his way back by.
Llewellyn trying to get a run off that corner. Can't quite make it work.
Looking for anything he can try to find.
I like it, man. He's trying everything he can.
Search around, take the draft down the straightaway, and then find what you can find in the corner.
That's
This
what you
time he
gotta
goes even lower than Floyd. Floyd was on that first seam. Llewellyn was halfway down to the white line. Trying to get even lower. Get some air on the nose, get the truck to turn. Meanwhile, Lawrence has company. They're all lap trucks, but he's got something to do.
In the background there, you see, I think Dustin has taken his quick repair.
One
2
truck
laps
looking
down.
brand new.
We'll see if we can do something with that.
It's just so far to make up at this point. See, Christopher Alcar in the Navy Ford has rejoined the track. He's 14 laps down. 68, looks like he's coming to pit road. Lap 62, very sideways, locking the brakes up, going to hit the cone, stay off the wall. Doesn't hit anything yet. He'll back it up. Going to cost him some valuable time, but at least his truck's still serviceable and drivable.
Also going to cost him a pair of khakis.
Jake Lawrence in 68 machine getting a little out of shape hitting pit road. Curtis Ecker down there in 12th. He is 1 lap down. The red machine at the front of your screen. So lap 63. The Travis Martin lap. We're getting some pit stops here.
My favorite. Jake just trying to get as much speed as he can going in there.
Just locked her up on the old tires. Davidson now. 54 machine peels off and worked his way up to the 3rd spot and was chipping away at the 2nd place machine, but decides to go pit. Get him 4 fresh Goodyears. Margis and his teammate also on pit road. 55 Ford coming down. Travis's favorite.
Yay!
It's like he's got minor right side damage. You see the hood and the nose have separated a little bit. Now Bill Rivard, 12-second lead over J Much. That's crazy.
Woo.
Ethan Evers pits out of the 4th spot. Brings his
Hey.
Elite Performance Industries Chevrolet to pit road.
JR Deal up there in P3. Come on.
There he is. Rocking that mustard and ketchup Toyota.
JR's had a quiet night, but man, looks like he's been real consistent. He can keep that going for the rest of the race. I think we'll see him fighting it out at the end.
Jared probably love a caution, so he can erase that 17 seconds to the leader.
I'm sure he's not alone in that.
For sure. We got Scott Elson, the 85, on pit road. Already finished his service, coming back out to rejoin the action.
69 fitness time.
Here's 2nd place, 69 of J Munch. He'll be bringing his Mission Barbecue Chevy to pit road. See him get it woed down. No big drama. Gets on the pit road nice and safe. Bill Rivard already on the backstretch. That's how big his lead was. Heading into turn 3.
Looks like he's continuing with the use all the fuel strategy. I like it. When you're that far ahead, why not?
Sorry, 17, I'm on old tires.
Now 2 trucks on the lead lap. Bill Rivard and JR Deal.
Bill would love a caution right about now.
Yes, he would.
49
Almost
fitness time.
almost had one by the sounds of it. Some guys on new tires, some guys on old tires. You're pretty sure the Chevy trucks did not get 4 sets of tires. They only got 3. What? Well, it looks like we may only get 3 pit stops, so it might not be an issue. As the leader, Bill Rivard, comes to pit road along with TJ Floyd and Daniel Llewellyn, who are a lap down in 3rd and 4th. That's impressive.
That's wild.
JR Deal in pit road as well. Thought he might get him a lap lead as we work lap 69. Nice.
Nice.
He is on pit road. See Llewellyn heading back out. Rivard rolling back out. And Will Asherbrenner, one of the last trucks to pit last cycle around, still out on track in 2nd place. How crazy is that? Rivard pitted, and he's still 4 seconds ahead of this truck that has not pitted.
Just goes to show the kind of race that Bill's running right now. That's a really good one.
Just on cruise out there. So Asherbrenner currently second, and he peels off the track. Come make his pit stop. That should complete our round of pit stops here. Check everyone's pit lap quickly. Karsten, of course, the one off cycle, so he's back up to the 6th spot with that odd strategy he's been forced onto. Everyone else has completed their pit cycle except for Alkire and Roberts. Those two trucks way down the running order off the lead lap. It's complete domination from the 10 truck so far. Well, we've made it to halfway, Travy Trav. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Dude, I'm really digging that paint scheme that the 31 has on, William. I
Well,
like the
thank you.
gold.
Appreciate it.
See, that's a hot looking truck, man. So he comes back out and gets onto the track here. I'm sure he'll be turning some fast laps here. Hopefully he can work his way back up there and
Currently the
throw
last
some
truck
punches.
1 lap down.
Oh.
After that pit cycle, he's in 15th. And now on the freshest tires on the track. It's going to feel like Superman for a little bit.
Will, do it again, but this time bigger.
Well, William, a little
what?
loose coming out of 4 there.
I heard
You know what I'm
Margison
talking about.
want him to do it a little bit more so that he can get that yellow.
Show me what you want me to do.
That's funny. Varden lead now 8 seconds over second place Davison. Margison must have had some sort of issue. He's all the way down to 7th place now. Was running pretty close to his teammate. Jake Lawrence in the 3rd spot. Hooter Chevy is 2.3 seconds behind Davison. Ethan Evers about a half second back of Lawrence. Could have a battle for the 3rd spot here before long.
Ethan's doing well with a little bit of front and rear damage. Driving a real good race right now.
I'm very surprised he hasn't taken that fast repair. Race
I
definitely
put
has
some
that
money that he.
green
sorry.
flag look. He's accustomed to the type of races where you need to save a thing as long as you can, but unfortunately for him, it looks like this race is going to be more of the green flag variety. I don't think
I'd
saving
wager
it's
that
going to be it.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. You would take that wager, huh?
I bet he takes it his next pit stop. That's what I'm wagering.
I would have taken it already, man. It's just the way Homestead is. Teams to go green all the time. Unless
I'm
people
with you.
get beef, then it changes.
Hey, and beef, it's what's for dinner, baby. Dinner is at any time of the night.
Whoa, the 69 J Munch out of shape off the corner, but able to save it. Probably made quite a few people excited to try and get that yellow.
Have you wrecked by now? Technically, I did a lap 1.
Fair point. Pillar of Heart dominating now over 9 seconds.
Wreck, come on.
Dustin Eaton in the top 10. Last truck on the lead lap. You see him come down the straightaway and look behind him. And there's Bill. He's getting ready to get up into the top 10 with lapping.
Yeah, it looks like taking that fast repair has paid a few dividends, but man, Bill's just on another level right now.
Just so fast. So we're hearing rumblings that the Chevrolet trucks did not start with the full complement of tires.
Interesting. Goodyear picking favorites.
Can't ever trust Goodyear.
Let's see. Bill doesn't seem too worried about it. Still running some fast laps out there.
Bill definitely needs it to stay green for many reasons. If the tire rumblings are true, that would be very important. for him to keep it green and only have the 3 stops. Billy Davison enjoying the second place. You know, he is 9 seconds back. It pays the same amount of points as being 1 second back.
Yeah, that little piece of information really changes the game.
It does.
Bill.
Tons of Chevys out front too. First whole top 5.
I think if we have a caution, we're going to see a big shakeup.
Unless it comes at a time where they, you know, would have pitted anyway. In 27, Carson taking his early pit once again. 27 off cycle from everyone else. Probably going to have 2 more stops the way he's going. 27 rejoins the fight. And by 2 more stops, I mean this one and another one. There's no way he can go 50. So all the field will have to stop again, but we're assuming everyone else is going to make 1 more stop. And this 27 now, even with this current stop, is going to have to stop again. Rivard has put the 1 truck down a lap. It's been relatively calm, Tito. We had a lap 1 accident that calmed everyone down. It's been green flag since. Bill Rivard dominating the race. Now over 10 seconds to Billy Davison. Davison has 2.5 over Jake Lawrence in 3rd.
JR just taken.
2 seconds to J Munch in the 4th spot. Ethan Evers in 5th. Trying to close in on the back of J Munch, even though he has that right side damage. Separation between those two. Someone disappeared.
Oh,
Ethan Evers. Ethan Evers just vanished.
Uh-oh.
The 8 truck
That's a hot truck there, Corey.
just
The
gone.
56 coming out on the track.
What?
Oh, nope, we're back in the pits.
I don't even have him on my scoring sheet.
Very Harlequin-esque paint scheme there.
Ethan Evers looks like he has had a connection failure.
Oh no, he's blinking in and out on my screen.
Yeah,
Hopefully
it's-
his internet settles.
Scoring him off the lead lap. He's back. I think he blinked for so long it took him off the lead lap.
Oh no, heartbreak.
Takes him out of 4th spot, drops him to 11th. You hate to see it.
You hate to see it.
But pretty much all of us have been there at one point.
I think
Go.
that's a fair statement.
Hello, Cliff.
12.5 and growing is the lead. My goodness.
Bill putting on a clinic.
How come you don't race him, Tito?
Yeah, Tito.
Says he wish he raced the truck series. They're so much fun. It's like, how come you don't? It's
I'd
not like
love
we
to see that target.
not like we told him he could.
2 pitting this time, bud.
You do Road to Pro. He's such a beautiful face, Travis. That's funny.
You think I'm beautiful?
You think I have a face?
Bill has put another second on Billy up to 13.6.
Just
13.2.
crazy. Riding with Davison here, you can see the gap back to Jake Lawrence. J Munch is now only a second behind Jake. We were getting a battle for the 4th spot until Ethan Evers' internet decided to not do things properly. What a shame that was. You're going to get a on-track battle.
As much as we say it, you really do hate to see that. He was having a good race, even with that damage.
Yeah, I was driving the wheels off that truck with the back end tore up.
Pretty much going under the wall and trying to make it stick and go under Christopher Alkire as well.
Well, you know, 56 is on track again.
Looky.
And he has moved into the top 20. He passed Dalton Hayes for 20th. And he is blinking in and out. Goodness gracious. Curtis Eckert, Ethan Evers doing battle. It's a battle for the 11th spot. About the only battle on track at the moment. Although William Asherbrenner is hot on the heels of Daniel Llewellyn. It's a battle inside the top 10.
Williams on the hunt.
Red truck of Llewellyn, the white and gold truck of Asherbrenner. "40 laps remain in this race from Miami Homestead Speedway. Who's going to come to pit road first and try to break the floodgates and bring everyone down? Short pitting definitely a thing. Looks like folks can go about 36, 37 laps max that we've seen so far. Has Bill led every lap? No. He pitted on lap 1.
We've got a few different leaders this race.
So Asherbrenner gets by Llewellyn, moves up to the 9th spot. Got Margison and Elston about a half second apart. Jake Lawrence has got his gap under a half second to the 69 of Joel Munch. We're trying to find you some battles, but there's not a lot of them. The field's very spread out. People begging for those cautions.
Oh,
Scott Elston in 7th, the last truck on a lead lap. Oh my. Margison getting called out for his habitual blocking. He's out there asking everyone for a caution. And then they said, "You're the one that blocks." Funny stuff. Margison in the 6th spot. Elston in that red and white Toyota is in 7th spot. So those two doing battle. Right? I even made him a truck, but then he didn't run it because he registered in a Chevy and didn't tell me. I made him a Toyota. That darn Jake from State Farm. Vard now 14 seconds. Every time we look over, it's like another second has been added to this ridiculously huge lead. He's getting woed up by Hunter Karsten a little bit, who is on fresher tires. Third place, Joel Munchel. Jake Lawrence in 4th. Here comes Asherbrenner on those newer tires, but unfortunately not on the same lap as these fellas. But at least we get to see a pass on track. That's kind of fun.
Asherbrenner might be trying to unlap himself. Go.
Yeah, he is.
Do it.
He might unlap himself to 2nd.
Sorry, Jay, you pulled me by front around.
Got a long way to go.
All good.
It's currently, he's between these two, that he is 18 seconds behind the leader for unlapping himself.
Whew.
Yeah. Here comes the 68 to pit road. Jake Lawrence going to be first of our lead pack. By lead pack, I mean lead lap trucks. He's going to be the first of our lead lap trucks to come down. Looks like Davison's on pit road ahead of him too. So the 54 and the 68 coming to pit road, 4th and 5th. Meanwhile, JR deals up to the 3rd spot with these folks pitting. Here comes the 8 of Ethan Evers as well. Ethan unfortunately now 2 laps down. Bill Rivard just continuing to lead this race. With the pit cycle happening, 19 seconds back to J Munch and 3 trucks on the lead lap. That's just silliness.
Good night.
He could literally
Really?
run this truck out of gas and not lose the lead. That's crazy.
Those guys that just pit are going to be a little tighter on fuel. 35 laps to go here. Another pit window somewhere around 37, 38.
Yep.
We'll see how that goes. I think they'll be okay.
Yeah, I think everybody pitted now is well within our window. They wouldn't have pit too early. They're smart cookies. 55 Margerson getting a fresh set of tires, full tank of fuel, heading back out.
69 pit this time.
Second place, J Munch. Going to bring his truck down on lap 98. Scott Elson, JR Deal already on pit road, 9 and 85. At the moment, 2 trucks on the lead lap. And if Bill stays out, he'll be the only truck on the lead lap. How crazy is that?
Man, imagine if a caution came out.
Bill does stay on the track. So at the end of this lap, Bill will be the only truck on the lead lap. That's just insane. He has lapped the field.
You don't get to see that too often.
You really don't.
Yeah, Bill's got the luxury of kind of just pitting whenever he wants. He's got such a large lead.
Yeah, he can stay the last truck on a lead lap as long as he feels like, because there's no pressure. No pressure at all for the 10 truck. Well, how about that, Mr. Martin? For your first race here, you get to see someone lap the field.
Not a lot of people can say that, huh?
At least you brought us some rarity.
And wouldn't you know it, it's my pick that's doing it.
Love it when it comes together.
I shouldn't speak too soon, but
Yeah, watch that broadcaster
confident.
jinx. TJ Floyd out of 6th, Daniel Wallace 7th, both coming to pit road. There's Daniel. And Bill Rivard, our leader. Lap 100 brings it to pit road, 30 to go. Second place, Billy Davison. Looks like he's coming out of turn 4. So he will unlap himself. Will Asherbrander still is not pitting at 31. He's currently in 3rd. TJ Floyd coming off pit road. Daniel Wallen coming off pit road. Bill Rivard getting the left side tires on his Mountain Dew Chevrolet. Rejoins the race. All that time, Davison had been on brand new tires. He's going to still end up about, 13 seconds back? My goodness. And now Bill's going to have the fresh tires and just set sail. And Davidson's going to be 11 seconds back by the time he gets up to speed. Margerson bringing the 55 to pit road? No. Just a connection glitch. Blinked him out a second, and when it does that, it says he's in the pits. So I say that was a surprising unscheduled stop. Just had a little connection issue there. Margerson currently the last truck on the lead lap in 8th spot.
That damage early kind of hurt Margerson a little bit, set him back. And with Bill running the type of race that he's running, it's hard to get that ground back.
Yeah, when you don't get that caution to catch back up, it's a long night. I know you had one of those nights towards the end of the season last season, where you just behind early and then it goes green. You can't do a whole lot to catch back up.
And those are the races where you just got to set in and put your mind to it, you know?
Yep.
Get as many points as you can. One race out of many.
Unfortunately for you, it was a race where points didn't matter.
Yeah. And unfortunately it was the most important race of the year, but that whatever.
I wasn't trying to bring up too many painful memories, but you weren't running for points.
Yeah.
You needed to beat the other 3
Pain.
guys.
Can't do that when you're 2 laps down.
He was so upset about it. He came up here to broadcast. Said, "The heck with you guys."
We know a little bit about lap 1 laps.
A little bit. A thing or two. 27 laps to go for Bill Rivard. Pit stop should be done. Should just be battle to the end. Showing you J Munch because he's the only one that has a truck within a second of him in the top 10. There's Jake Lawrence in the 68 behind him. Keep an eye here, see if those 2 trucks, the bottom truck and the 3rd truck there. I would say the black truck, but all 4 of them are black.
Billy, if you keep your feet up and keep dangling up, come on.
Now they're nose to tail. 69, 68. J Munch and Jake Lawrence. .6 of a second between the 2. That's what that looks like on track.
As we wind down the race here, it seems that the speed has stayed on the bottom of the track. Not many people migrating to that high line.
Whole bottom. About the only one we've seen really work that high line and make it work was the 55, but he seemed to suffer from it later in the run. Seemed like the tires just burned off too quickly.
Yeah. Sad to see. But hey, you got to get out there and try something different.
It's a place to make a move if you need to, but I don't think it's going to be a long-term run up there. Bill, calm, cool, casual, collected, sitting here on a 15.6 second lead. And growing. Because he has the freshest tires on track, just about. I think Will Ashbrenner's the only one with fresher. He's down in 13th. Man's having him a night.
He said, "Who among you can challenge me?"
Let's just say it's a good thing it's not the Highlander. We wouldn't have anybody left in our series. That's how dominant he has been. Well, I gotta say, I'm glad I have you with me for this race.
Well, thanks, man. It's been fun being here.
I might have dozed off by now. Rivard stinking up the show. Laying down the domination. Lawrence falling back a little bit from J Munch now. Thought we were finally going to get a battle. And he falls back. JR Deal up in the top 5 tonight. Haven't said a whole lot about him, but he's sitting pretty with about 20 laps to go, 21.
Like we said earlier, quiet night, consistent night. That pays off. Looks like he's having one of those nights. Good
Go
for him.
away. I don't want to see you. Go away.
I believe that's Margison telling the leader to go away. Margison, the 6th place truck, going a lap down. And just like that, there are only
Not that way behind me.
5 trucks. 5 trucks from the lead lap. That's insane. JR Deal trying to stay one of those 5 trucks on the lead lap as the 27 finally does have to come down to pit road with 20 to go. Takes their final pit stop and probably take them out of the top 10. Been on an off cycle the whole race for this truck. Having to take an extra pit stop won't help. Are you looking at these numbers? 18 seconds the lead now.
That's crazy.
He's going to get it to 20 by the end of the race. That's crazy.
What did he put on his tires before this race, huh?
I think he was just drilling those little tiny microscopic holes. They were all the rage in NASCAR.
Maybe he pulled a, who was that, DW? Pulled a little switch and let out all the metal balls.
Yeah. All the rail weight coming out.
Yeah. JR Deal to 4th. Passes Jake Lawrence.
Jake really falling off all of a sudden.
Seemed like he got a little loose out of turn 4. I think he might be struggling with his tires.
May burn him up a little bit.
Just trying to get what he can there at the end. I can't say I blame him.
Still 17 to go. Never know what could happen. JR Deal up to the 4th spot.
Slowly making his way through the field. You love to see it.
It's about a second and a half. Let's see. Yeah, about a second and a half up to the 3rd spot. He could get there before it's over. There's J Munch. Looking at the scoring, it's kind of maintained at about a 1.6 between the two. We'll check back in with a couple laps. Guess we'll give you a full field rundown while we're sitting here with 15 to go. Bill Rivard way out front. Now 19 seconds over the field. Billy Davison second. His number 54 Chevrolet. J Munch currently in the 3rd spot. Mission Barbecue truck. JR Deal, the Swiss Army Toyota, riding in the 4th spot. Jake Lawrence Hooter Chevy riding in 5th. Zach Martison Lordco Ford sitting in 6th. Scott Elston got his Toyota in the 7th spot. TJ Floyd riding in 8th. Will Asherbranner currently 9th. And you just heard Ian Montrose coming to pit road in the 2. Currently in the top 10, but he's going to be giving that up. Curtis Ecker in the 11th spot. Daniel Wallen rides 12th. Hunter Carson 27 on that strange pit cycles. Now got the freshest tires on the track, 13th. Dustin Eaton had damage early on with that lap 1 accident. He's currently 14th. Ethan Evers having a lot of internet issues, has fallen 2 laps off the lead lap. No fault of his own. Currently in the 15th spot. Cody Brown riding in 16th, 3 laps down. Series manager helps put on this truck series for us. Mr. Bandio, fan favorite Kisser Alkire. He's had some extensive repairs. He is 15 laps down in the 17th spot. Cliff Mullins out of the race in 18th. Clint Roberts retired from the race in 19th. Corey Deal, a late start to the race. Corey currently 83 laps down. Has 9 laps before he can pass Clint Roberts, so he could pick up 19th before it's all said and done. Dalton Hayes still sitting on pit road. Heavy damage to that Toyota. Believe he is going to leave it there for the rest of the race.
I think that's a new engine right there.
That's a whole new truck, I think. After doing a backflip, kickflip 360 as Mr. Ghostman called it. Jake Lawrence out of the 5th spot to pit road with 12 to go. Very late pit stop. Would not have expected to see this, but as you speculated, perhaps just burn the tires off that truck.
Does he have another set of tires?
About to find out.
A
Truck did
fuel-only
not go
stop.
in the air. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Curious.
Curious indeed.
Gap between JR and J Munch down to about 1 second. So he's made up about half that gap he had, but not quite in enough time, I don't believe. It's only 10 to go. JR is going to get there without a mistake from J Munch.
It's go time, baby. If you got anything left, time to use it.
There is no more saving. You don't have to run the same truck next week, so use it up. Jake Lawrence out of the pits and around TJ Floyd. Move him back up to the 8th spot. And now there are only 4 trucks on the lead lap with that pit stop. That's crazy. 21 seconds Bill Rivard has over the field. Only one caution so far this entire race if you're just joining us. Lap 1, turn 1, the 17 truck getting loose on the high line, spinning around in front of the field. Collecting quite a few trucks. Several took fast repairs, some chose not to try and save it for later just in case. And with 8 laps remaining in this race, Bill Rivard, 22-second lead on the field. Let's check in on JR. He's got the 68 of Lawrence coming up behind him. Not for position, just something he's going to have to contend with. JR riding in the 4th spot, 1.1 seconds behind J Munch.
Scratching and clawing for anything he can get at this point, trying to catch
55
Joel.
Margerson on pit road. Very interesting. So I guess fuel might be an issue. That very unexpected. I thought we had easy fuel run there to make it to the end.
The plot thickens.
55 comes down taking tires. Just right sides for the 55, heading back out to the track. So 5th place, Margerson on pit road with 7 to go. I'm even more curious, Travis. I don't know what to think of that.
I was with you, man. I thought most of the trucks that had pit, what was it, right there about 95 or so?
Yeah.
I thought they would have been able to make it.
Right. Very strange. See so many coming down.
I wonder if with the stretched out field, we've seen fuel mileage go down because everybody's having less draft.
Maybe. Pillar Vard, 23.5. My goodness.
Running away with it.
Hit him.
So that puts Scott Elston up into the top 5. The 54, Billy Davidson, teammate to the 55, has brought his truck to pit road. These 2 trucks did pit some of the earliest pit cycle there last time through. So fuel, very much a concern.
Interesting to see where Jake Lawrence comes out from all this, because you remember they pit together that last cycle before this one. And Jake's already done his last fuel-only stop.
It's like Jake's dealing with JR and Corey Deal, the Deal brothers, right in front of him. Davidson's exiting the pits and getting up to speed. Coming off of turn 2, looking in the back. Jake's not going to get there. He's almost a straightaway behind. J Munch currently in the 2nd spot, 27 seconds behind Bill Rivard. He has JR Deal in 3rd now.
JR Deal with the podium.
Only the podium on the lead lap right now. JR up there flirting with that wall.
A little brush there. Looks like no damage. He's all good.
He just wanted to say hello. He wanted to give Bill something to think about since he's, behind him.
Just letting the wall know he's there. Everybody gets one.
Oh no, Ethan's blinking again.
Let's say Ethan appearing.
And Bill Rivard across the stripe, getting the white flag. This man's just realized there's not going to be a yellow, and he's probably good to coast all the way to the finish line. JR Deal lets him go by so he doesn't have to make another lap. And that puts 2 trucks on the lead lap. Bill Rivard bringing his Chevrolet around the final time out of turn number 4 onto the front stretch in front of this huge crowd at Highland Homestead Speedway, taking the win. Bill Rivard gets his first win in Sidewinder Racing League's history and the first one in the Truck Series. Congrats to Bill, one of your 10 tenths guys there, Travie Trav. Tell me
Good job.
how it feels as his teammate.
Hey, yeah, it feels good. He was my pick. I'm getting to know Bill a little bit more, and it's good to know we got some good new talent coming into the league. So it's always good to see new guys get up there and do really well.
I'm gonna have Bandio start double checking me when I set up these races.
And he deserved it, man. What a race he ran.
Fantastic effort. He didn't care about the lack of tires.
So that's why I sucked, because I didn't have enough tires.
Crossed the line 29 seconds ahead of P2.
Ahead of the only other truck on a lead lap. That's just crazy. Never seen domination like that in an SRL race. That's wild. Get your celebration on there, Bill. If you ever wondered what it's like to be in the broadcast booth while you're watching their people do their donuts, this is what it's like.
I like it. It's a good view.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Wow. That was entertaining. Shake Lawrence off the top rope. You got a 10 tenths, 1, 2, 3.
You'll love to see it.
J Munch up there. The guy who painted the winner's truck finished second. And the Sidewinder leagues were all about good-looking trucks and nice paint jobs. Bill just having a good old time.
They say the better the scheme, the better the talent.
Well, that's never what I say. What I say is, even if you suck, you still look good. That's what I say.
It's like being a peacock.
Yeah. I don't know what you mean by that, but yeah.
You got the feathers, and they're all flamboyant. You
might be a wimpy bird, but you're still a beautiful bird.
Exactly.
I'll go with it. All right, let's see who's hanging out in the waiting room for us. We got JR, J Munch, and Bill all hanging out down there. Let's bring up the number 9.
Sick.
JR, Trav, and DG, got a copy?
Yeah, what's up?
Well, brother, you're just kind of cool, calm, collected all night long. By the end of it, you're sitting in P3. Kind of tell me how your night went.
I have no idea how that happened. Like, I was just riding around, and I was like, just cruising. Like, that was fun. Me and Ian, for a while, had a fun little battle. We was back and forth with each other for like 10, 15 laps, it felt like. But just cruised around, and I made my gas stretch as far as I could. So on the last time I pitted, when I pitted, I'd get, enough, and it would be a short pit, so it would be quicker. And I guess that just worked.
Yeah, and a number of guys came back down for fuel right at the end. We kind of assumed everyone would make it, but then the 55, 54 both had to come down, as did the 68. And then next thing you know, you're sitting in third and looking pretty.
Yeah, actually, the guy that won the race, he was in chat with me, and I was a lap short, and I realized that he was right behind me. So I was like, "Hey, you just come on by. I'm going to clutch it all the way around." And he was the next car to catch me. So I was like, hey, let's do this. I can't go back another lap.
Yeah, we noticed that you definitely let him by. We didn't know it was for fuel. We thought you were just tired of Homestead and just wanted it over with. But yeah.
I clutched it all the way down, back around the track. That when I swerved up and hit the wall, I was out of gas before I hit the wall.
Oh my gosh. Well,
so that was just gas worked for once.
Beautiful, beautiful strategy. You got it all the way to the end. I didn't know it was that close. We thought you were pretty comfortable at that point. Do you have any sponsors or shout outs you want to throw out there for us?
Well, I gotta thank you, of course, for this truck. I think that's the reason why we won, because you and Travis up here doing y'all's thing. Hey, Trav, 10 tenths, buddy.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Trav, you got any questions for your driver here?
Hey, great race, man. What was going through your head those last couple laps when you realized, you didn't have enough fuel? Like, what was the kind of a couple scenarios that you were thinking of?
Hope I didn't get anybody's way when I ran out of gas. I mean, I was gonna run it dry regardless, and I did the numbers, and I was one number off, but it still worked. Good thing Bill was so darn fast.
A strategic lap. I like it.
It happens.
And you came away with a podium because of it.
Yeah, that's a great
There
way
you
to
go,
start
man.
the season.
Hey, any strategy is a good strategy.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Congrats on your podium finish. Great way to start it off this season. We look forward to seeing you all season long, buddy.
All right, take care, bud.
That's your third place finisher, Jay Hardeal in the number 9. Next up, we got Jay Munch in the number 69 Chevrolet Mission Barbecue. There he is. Jay Munch, tell me kind of how your night went along tonight, bud.
Not too bad actually. Had one little hiccup early in the run with Hunter, I believe. I thought he was going to be a little bit higher coming out of the corner than apparently he was, so I couldn't hear him on chat, so I don't know what he said when I just said that. But it is what it is. I had like 30 some seconds of damage that I just left go until the last pit. I just let my fast repair take care of it, but I don't think it made a difference. But otherwise, it came down to what I said at the beginning. It was a really tight fuel window.
Yeah, you did. You mentioned that in the pre-race, and here we are. Played out to fruition that one caution at the very beginning of the race and made it a little less tight, I guess, for anyone that came and topped off. But man, just a long green flag run. Is that you like that kind of racing, or does it get boring to you?
I most of the time I love the green flag racing. I love them. I'd actually do better if if the fuel tanks were larger, and we had to wear out the tires more, because a lot of times I can save tires and actually I start getting better. I start passing people towards the end of my fuel window because of tires. So I'd be better off if we had bigger fuel runs, but it is what it is, or less tires. But
Yep. Well, Trav, you got something for your driver?
Man, great race out there. What were you thinking when JR was kind of hunting you down there? Are you guys trying to work together? Are you racing it out? What's going through your mind?
oh, I was racing that out. I had that whole last fuel run. I pretty much starting about 10 laps into it. I was trying to save just a little bit because when I left, I was about 1 lap short, and I was basically just coasting into the corner a little bit earlier, letting it coast to the corner. When I got back in the gas, instead of going full throttle, I actually went about half throttle, and then about 3/4 of the way through the corner, then I went all out the rest of the way till the next corner. But I was able to get myself. I finished the race with 0.3 laps to go on fuel, so I had it with just enough that I wasn't losing too much time. So, and then when he said in chat that he's like, "Shoot, I'm actually gonna be a lap short," I really wasn't even worried about him anymore. But so yeah, I mean, I was ready. I was saving just enough fuel that that last lap, if he was close, I could at least go full throttle and not worry about it too much. So
Well, seems like it paid off for you, brother. Congrats on that P2.
thanks, sir. It was a
Ha-
fun race.
We'll see you back here next week, and hopefully for some Friday Fun Night as well.
Maybe
All right, bud. Have a good night.
later, guys.
That was Jay Munch in the 69 getting his second place finish and the man of the night by far. Let's go ahead and bring in our race winner, number 10, Bill Vervar. Bill, you got Travis and DG in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Trav. Take it away.
Bill, dude, what a race, man. How were you able to get that kind of a lead? Were you, was it your entry? Was it your line where you were running? What do you think kind of put you ahead?
I mean, I just ran a consistent line the whole time. I bought this track right before the session went up.
No way.
I watched one video of a C fixed race from 4 months ago and just kind of copied what they were doing, and I guess it worked out.
I'd say so, man. You were consistently out there battling for the lead the whole race, man. Seemed like you were doing pretty well on tires there. How are they feeling to you?
Oh, my tires were fine. I never got below 85 on them the whole race.
Holy cow. That's why you had a 27-second lead.
Yeah, I was 3 laps to the good on fuel, so that wasn't an issue. That first caution there really, sealed the deal for the fuel strategy for me.
Just unbelievable dominance. I don't think we've ever seen a Sidewinder race where the leader won by 20 7 seconds. That's absolutely insane. Congrats on
Not
that.
in my time here.
Freaking wild.
Don't expect it much. I'm not that good at other tracks.
Yeah, well, you bought this one right before the session and you
Well,
dominated, so
Look,
I'm not
I
going to
gotta
believe
stay
you.
humble, okay? I gotta stay humble.
Stay humble, stay hungry. That's what I like to say.
Yeah.
Man, that was just an absolutely dominating show. Very impressive. Kind of tell me where that ranks up in your sim racing career. How good does that feel for you?
Well, I mean, this is my first ever league I've ever joined. I just joined iRacing probably about a year ago, so this is my first forte. So it's easily number one.
Not a whole lot of challenges, huh?
No, I've won my fair share of officials, but nothing compared to this.
So this feels better than an official. We'll take it.
Yeah, and I almost grenaded the engine a couple times coming in pit road, so
That would have been bad.
Yeah, I think I would have broke my steering wheel at that point.
Oh my goodness. Well, thankfully you didn't break your steering wheel. You're still going to be able to race with us in the leagues going forward and picking up a win along the way. It's a pretty good way to spend your night.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
All right, Trav, take it away.
Man, Bill, you ran a great race, dude. Congrats on that win, man. Can't wait to see what you do with the rest of the season and in other leagues you're in. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's a lot of fun.
All right, Bill, congrats on your victory. And as long as you start enough races, you're not locked into the playoffs. So big way to start off your season.
Yes, sir. Quick shout out to J Munch for the awesome paint scheme. He's supplied all my paint schemes, so.
And that is a beautiful one. We've been talking about it all night.
It's a looker.
Anybody else you want to throw your shout out to? Friends, family, people that don't kill you while you race, that sort of thing?
I'll shout out my friend Skylar. He's trying to throw me off with some bad comments through my DMs right here. So you can,
good signs. All right, bud, congrats on your victory, and we'll let you get on out of here tonight with that celebration. And congrats, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bill Rivard in the number 10, getting the win tonight. Travy Trav, kind of tell me what your final thoughts were on this race. Man, oh man, I've never seen anything like it.
Crazy race to start my broadcasting career with. It's definitely one for the books, and if we have this kind of racing for the rest of the season, I'm looking forward to it. It should be some good races. It can only get better.
Absolutely. Well, go through the unofficial results real quick. This is not a typo. This is actually how it happened. Bill Rivard with the win. J Munch 29 seconds behind the only other truck on the lead lap. Absolutely insane. JR Deal third. Billy Davison fourth. Will Asherbrenner fifth. Jake Lawrence, TJ Floyd, Zach Margison, Hunter Carson, and Daniel Llewellyn round out your top 10. Very, very impressive. As I said, that's just insane way to finish the race there. Have to say goodnight to the dog real quick. Good night, dog. And then back to, right? Even Travis said goodbye. Good night. I don't know why I said goodbye. Second round of pages here. Scott Elston in 11th. Dustin Eaton getting 12th. Ian Montrose 13th. Ethan Evers 14th. Curtis Ecker 15th. Cody Brown, involved in that lap 1 accident, brings it home 16th. Christopher Alkire, extensive repairs to his Navy Ford, winds up in 17th. Cliff Mullins jumped out and winds up 37 laps down in the 37 truck. Love when things like that come together. Corey Deal winds up 84 laps down after joining the race very late and brings it home in 19th. Clint Roberts takes a 20th place on the night, and I believe one driver on the last page. Dalton Hayes, also involved in that very first accident on lap 1, then took a tow. The fast repair didn't work out. The truck wouldn't get repaired, so he just said the heck with it. Dalton Hayes, hate to see that, all the way back in the final spot. Anything else from Mr. Travis Martin before we head out?
Man, thanks for having me. Hope everybody enjoyed the race. I know I sure did, and hope to see y'all here very soon.
Did you enjoy it from the broadcast side? Like, how's your feelings on your first broadcast?
It was a lot of fun. I think the nerves finally wore off there about halfway through the race, and I got a little more comfortable. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with it, man. I just appreciate you letting me be up here.
Oh, absolutely. We loved having you. I'm sure the chat did as well. It was a great time.
I love your face.
As Rowdy brought up, look what do you know? I'm talking to Travis after the race once again. Some things
I always
never
find a way
change.
here.
That's right. Some things just never change. Travis Martin in the post race. Well, for Travis Martin, this has been DG Swiss. I have to say that this has been iRacing. You can go to iRacing.com, sign up for your subscription, then you can buy these cars and, well, they're trucks. You can buy these trucks and this track. Come on out and race with us. Then you can go to dgsracing.com, click on the big red snake. That will get you on over to our Discord where you can join our leagues. We run pretty much every single night. Monday night we have ARCA, Tuesday Xfinity with Mr. Ghostman. I don't know who that is.
Huh?
Yeah, that guy. He's got a
Never
league
heard
on
of him.
Tuesday nights. Go run Xfinity with them. Always a good time there. Wednesday night we got the Cup Series. Thursday we run these trucks as you've seen tonight. We also have a super late model at 7:30, 2 hours before the trucks. Then on Friday we do Friday fun hosted nights. We need to get Travis out to that, but his lady might kill him. So we'll see if we can get him out one night, just like a special occasion.
Oh, we'll definitely try to make it out.
There we go. And then we got Saturday night in the Legends Series and Sunday in the Street Stocks, which run on both asphalt and dirt. So that's pretty fun. Two different types of racing in one league. Yeah, click on that red snake. Come on out and join us. dgsracing.com to get you to the Discord, and it will help you get signed up. Appreciate you guys hanging out tonight. And that's going to do it for our YouTube broadcast. Thank you so much, Trav. Go say goodnight.
Love your faces.
There it is. Peace.